Hi Matrix, my name is Kayla Live. I've been a hairstylist for almost 12 years. I've been using Matrix for almost all of those 12 years. I bet you're wondering, what's with this getup? And what does it have to do with being a professional stylist and an educator? We'll talk about that in a second. So, back to where we were starting from. Again, my name is Kayla Live. I like to also go by the Hair Hero. And again, yes, I am in full costume. And what this has to do with being a professional stylist and wanting to be an educator. So there's a moment that every stylist has when you turn the chair, put your client in front, and they see their brand new hair. And there's that moment of elation, and they're just thrilled. And at that moment, you've given someone some confidence, and you've inspired them to be in a great mood. So, costume, yes. I really enjoy comic book heroes, hence why we go by Hair Hero. In the last year or so, I've been doing this costume, and I get to make little kids feel really excited. I hand them a card and ask them to protect the universe with me, and again, I get to give them confidence and inspire them that they could be just like me. Hopefully, what I'd like to take from those experiences is to be able to give other stylists some confidence and inspire them to do more.
What we're doing here is I'm balayaging some pieces, and I'm going to leave a diagonal section kind of below the parietal ridge. I mean, still sticking out, but we're also going to have some peaks. And what inspired me to do this was this picture here. When I saw the mannequin, I'm like, oh, that's very gold. Normally gold is not a color we want to see, but I decided to kind of run with it. I kind of wanted this head to look like this gauntlet. I also was kind of inspired by a lot of these makeup bags and everything with so much gold, but so many bright colors. So that was where we took I took my inspiration from. And yeah, so we're gonna lighten out some pieces so we get some really bright so-called colors really shining through. And with the watercolor bit, I'm kind of gonna blend some of the tones together to get this nice blended but still sticking out look, but also incorporated as the jewels would be with a gauntlet. So what I'm pointing out here is I really didn't want my mannequin to lose a lot of her gold, so I only used brass off so I could keep more than a little gold in, but I still wanted our light pieces to truly shine through. And right here is a nice little aid that I made. I'll input a picture up here so you can see it a little bit better. I incorporate a few different colors so that you can kind of get an idea of what your vivid may look like on the hair, depending on the lift and such. So right there is your number 10 True to Tone. Nice and bright, nothing you wouldn't expect. Then of course we have our inside of banana yellow, and the nice thing about this little book is I made this one. I've seen them online, and I have some parents of children who want bright tones and they don't necessarily want their hair lightened due to compromise, so I added in like the yellow that you'd see on young kids, or of course our yellow is like our level 8 that just couldn't be lifted anymore. And then of course right here I have like our level 6 if you will. So if you were to just put like the demi over, so it would lift a little bit and they could see a little bit of tone, but it's not going to be as bright as it would across, obviously, a pre-lightened. And in the very back of my book, I have 2 color wheels. I always like to have a color wheel next to me because regardless of being a hairdresser for 12 years, the color wheel and the levels of decolorization are still my very best friends. Now down here, I did have some of those free painted highlights in that I know I won't be able to pick up as easily, and I know the color will take differently, but I'm okay with that. I want that dimension. On the corner there is all the colors of so-called that we're using, each one to represent an infinity stone, which I can input here. I don't have a set pattern in mind. I just know I want to follow our diagonal hidden. I kind of letting the inspiration hit me, just following our great little diagonal we have in there. So as the hair falls over, you're not going to see it right away. When it's pulled up, maybe not so much as well, but then when you do see it, it's going to peek through, it's going to be bright, and it's just going to be great. Now I'm just picking up whatever color kind of suits me at that point in time, making sure I'm truly saturating. And as you can see, I'm not taking it the whole way to the root. Again, I kind of want that really incorporated feel, that these strands are just kind of grown out and just kind of blended with the rest of the hair. I'm going to probably do some pieces that won't make any sense, but in my opinion, art is subjective. No one can tell you what's wrong or right, and why not? Just do whatever you feel is great. This will be one of those sections that probably doesn't make any sense. We've got some clover green with the flamingo pink I'm going to put at the bottom because, granted, they should not typically be together. I kind of just want to see what will happen. So at this point in time, I'm going to blend that real well, the best I can. But from now on, I'm going to kind of talk about what really turned me on to wanting to be an educator. In the last few years, it's truly peaked. I've been online in many hairstylist groups, and you start learning very quickly things that you had never known before because of everyone sharing information, which is absolutely incredible. I strongly believe that knowledge doesn't benefit anyone if it's just kept to themselves. Knowledge is meant to be shared. I feel like this bug got 1,000 times worse when I had some people close to me go through some medical issues, and you want to learn, well, why is it affecting the hair this way? And then you get to pass all that information on to your clients, like what can affect the pH of their scalp and what shampoo we can help to keep that pH balanced. Those who have irritated scalps, things of that nature. And this quest for knowledge got to the point where I truly considered studying trichology, but then I knew how much I'd miss this particular part of understanding the biology that goes behind our hair. Is I would miss my artistic side. So that's why I figured, why not try to educate? I get to be artistic, I get to learn so much more, and then I get to share that with everyone else. And that's the most exciting bit of it all. Here I'm going to actually cut what I would consider a shattered shag, if you will. Still kind of keeping the perimeter kind of heavy, obviously. And then here we'll pull up that exact 180 degree. I go in the middle and then down the sides, and I just kind of almost like a 9 section without the sectioning as such, back and forth. The reason for this is I feel the shag will give that perfect view of the peaking of the colors, but still take the bulk out and make it easier for the client to style on their own. And again, following that layering pattern, I double and triple check everything as I keep going. And actually a funny fact here, my mannequin stand actually started to break at this point. So you can see her head bobbling around, and we're trying to keep it in one place, but hey, the show must go on. One fun thing I do here, which gives that shattered effect, you can see up in your left hand corner, I'm doing triangular sections on the top. I'll get a nice clean parting, pull it up, bring the tension up, and then what I'll do, and I get this every time I do it, I've never seen anyone do that, I spin a few times, take a few snips towards about the mid, towards the end, and then at the very end I go through with my texturizing shears and split out. That kind of gives that more textured look without the ferocity of the razor. I have a lot of people that get really excited about it when they see it, so I like to keep doing it for them. As we straighten out here, we're gonna go ahead and bring down and straighten out the front and give a really, really light frame just at the very bottom to kind of frame her neckline. Now onto our styling. We used a little bit of amplify there, and we're just gonna rough dry. Go through with our round brush and blow that straight. Give some texture in the curls and everything. So a lot of our products will come towards the end. Also, I thought I'd mention I am using the heat protectant. Spritzed it on when it was damp, and I'll probably use it again right before I use my flat iron to curl. What I'm doing here after I've used the heat protectant, which smells awesome, I'm going to go ahead through and just kind of give some nice textured curls. Nothing too overly formal, kind of loose, kind of like textured, because we had our shag cut with the thinning shears towards the top there. And that way we can build some nice volume and give her a fun but relaxed look. Well, this is our finished look using more of our texture product and our texture builder towards the end here to fluff her out, give her that nice, fun, messy look, nice shattered, or even playing on the words of this universe, a shattered dimension. Look, there we go. We have more texture spray. You can't overwhelmingly see the color, which we did put some purple on the ends for our Thanos relating. But then we have our infinity strands, if you will, hidden throughout. Nice pops of color, nothing too much, but so much fun.
I'd like to take a second to say thank you for this awesome opportunity. I hope that you have as much fun watching my video as I did making it. I really can't wait to hear what you have to input about it. I'm so excited. And did you hear that? Did you hear something?
Uh-oh.